Good afternoon. We welcome you back to Field 5 here at Wayne Grace Fields here in Baytown, Texas, a suburb just outside of Houston. We have done two D Division games for you here on the Cloud Sports Network. Our third game is an A game between the Long Beach Ufacos and against the Fort Lauderdale Team Florida. This is an A Division game, our first A Division game of the day, and we're excited that you're with us here on the Cloud Sports Network. Alongside Dr. Joel Tremblay, Rich Siegel with you here at field number 5. Our on-site producer is Roman Jimenez. Our on-site engineer, Tyler Forster, with assistance by Justin Utege.
So since we have a little time here at the beginning, we'll try to go over some of the rules for you in case this is your first broadcast with softball here at the 2025 Gay Softball World Series. Every batter is going to start with a 1-1 count, and if they get 2 fouls, you can't strike out on your second foul, so you get what's called a courtesy foul. As long as the reason you would strike out is a foul, you get one more swing. If you watch it go by or swing and miss, you don't get that extra pitch. The pitches have to be at least 6 feet high and less than 12 feet high. Cross the plate at some point, crossing the batter's body between about the shoulders and the knees. If you did watch the D softball, the main difference here is that A players are allowed to hit it over the fence. So in D softball, if you hit it over the fence, it's going to be an out. Here in A, you can hit up to 5 home runs during the game. So we may see some balls go over the fence, and the good teams and the good players try to use them wisely. You're going to see a lot of folks on these two teams get strong enough to hit the ball over the fence. The question is, why do you want a solo home run when you only have 5 of them? So they're going to be looking for spots probably to score at least 3, maybe a grand slam, unless they just got to score for some other reason just to catch up in the game.
The umpires for our ball game today, we have Sean Albritton, a recent Hall of Fame inductee. He was inducted as late as Sunday evening, joining a class of 3 others, which included Marcy Colley, another of our wonderful Blues, as well as the umpire-in-chief, the umpire-in-charge, David Waite, Marcy from Phoenix, David from Portland, and Elaine Oddie was also inducted. I believe she is from Boston, and then, of course, Sean from Chicago. He is working with Cody and Greg from Phoenix. The handshakes have been done, and they are about to go through the lineup. These are very colorful uniforms. The Fort Lauderdale Team Florida uniforms, red and white. And the 407. Thank you. Short time for the ball game. The clock starts to run at 7 minutes past 4 o'clock. We have a lot of sun and a few scattered fair weather clouds here this afternoon. Temperature is at 90 degrees. We've got a bit of a breeze, but we have a great sight line. The trees in center field providing an adequate backdrop for the players for these pitches. And so it looks like the Ufaca are the visiting team for this game. Troy Johnson will lead off, followed by Gio Quinones, Joe Cantordini, Jerry Iglesias, Ernest Solano, Armando Reynoso, Tommy Marquez, E.J. De Proza, Tyler Kraus, and Mike Gonzalez. For Fort Lauderdale, Hardy, Yang, Pagan, Higgins, Newsom, Ellis, Maisonette, Jackson, Santana, and Momoy.
So we told you this clock would start at 4:07. This is going to be a 60-minute game, so after 60 minutes, no new innings unless it's a tie or something like that. Run rules will be in effect. We can talk about those as they approach. And if you're watching, one favor you could do for us is to help let people know you're watching, let us know you're watching, and let other people know that you're watching. Tag some friends, share the links, let them know that these two teams are here to play and are going to be live streamed. Let their friends and family know so they can watch them. All the shares help us build this community, help us build more viewers, and help us keep doing this year to year at the Gay Softball World Series.
And if you'd like us to give a shout out to someone, as you say, just let us know. We'll be very happy to do that. The clock is running. We are waiting for the Fort Lauderdale Team Florida team to take the field. I believe they are the visitors or the home team for this game today. On the front of their uniform, the cutout of the state of Florida. And we are ready. We have the uniform is easy to read. The numbers on the back, the red numbers on a white background. And they are walking onto the field. A warm afternoon, but a dry afternoon. The humidity is not as bad as it was Tuesday and Wednesday when it was just brutal, totally brutal humidity here for the start of the softball action. And cold front came in very late on Wednesday night, knocked a lot of that humidity out of the air, and it left us with some really pleasant conditions for Houston here in the first few days of autumn.
If you're wondering why we're calling this the Fort Lauderdale Team Florida, this is the best level of softball that we have here at the Gay Softball World Series. This is A Division. Unfortunately, there just aren't enough players in A anymore, and the number of teams keeps going down. So while there may be 2 or 3 teams in Florida who can play at that A level, they might not have all been able to come. So a lot of these teams end up being blends of teams from a general area. So my guess is there's teams from other leagues in Florida on this Fort Lauderdale team, though I don't know that for each player. You'll also see some United, some team names that are kind of mushed together. I think we've had the Fury Unleashed a few times.
Yes, we have.
What was the other one? The something Elite?
Primetime Elite.
Primetime Elite often play, yep.
Used to be from Atlanta. I don't know if they still are. We are one of our Austin's B teams, who I was with before we started our announcing, had a game against the Primetime Elite, but they were from Knoxville. So some people now refer to them as Knoxlanta. All right, warm-up toss being delivered, and Momoy, the pitcher, about to conclude his warm-ups. There's been a little bit of a lineup adjustment because the book operator for Team Florida just gave some information to Sean Albritton, who is relaying that information to the UFACA scorekeeper. So that will delay the start of our game. Nevertheless, when we do begin, the center fielder Troy Johnson will be the leadoff batter. He'll be followed by Gio Quinones and Joe Tantardini. And the home plate umpire, Sean Britton, says, let's get this game underway. Thanks for being with us this afternoon.
I think the umpires are confirming about the clock after that little extra blip there of administrative duties.
And I hear the umpire say, batter up, and so we are seconds away. Johnson stepping into the right-hander's batter box. Again, we have a left-handed pitcher, Momoy, and his first toss, and your game is underway, is a ball.
Must have been a little high, but that curved beautifully over the plate.
The southpaw's toss is a ball. And the next one is a strike called. Taking all the way, the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. And he walks. Gio Quinones, the left fielder, bats from the left side. He wears number 24. Lavender, looks like to me, and lavender and pink. The next one to the left-hander is a strike called. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Game just underway. Leadoff batter draws a walk, and here is a fly ball hit out into left center field. Left fielder and left center fielder come over. Left center fielder Hardy, running to his right, makes the catch, and that's the first out of the inning. And we'll bring up Joe Tantardini, the third baseman. Wears number 21. And the first pitch to him. That's a curveball. Boy, I could see the curve on that. And he lines one foul down the right field line and out of play.
And I think what he's doing is, for these right-handed batters, he's trying to get that ball higher so it's in on their hands. And he wants those called pitches. He wants to get a little height, a little more depth. When there was the left-handed batter, he could just swing it to the outside. But definitely a lot of curve. Definitely trying to hook it from that right field side to that left field side.
So strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The catcher for Team Florida is Newsom. And the next pitch, swung on and bounced up the middle and into center field for a hit. Johnson around second will go back to the bag, and it'll be runners at first and second with 1 out.
And that pitch, Rich, looked like it had more of a screwball action. It was actually curving back out to the right field side. So I think this pitcher can throw pretty much what he wants. He's just got to get in the strike zone or not.
Jerry Iglesias will be the batter. He is the shortstop. He hits in the cleanup position. Where's number 25? Takes the ball and now swings and lines one. Ooh, past the pitcher. Good thing he's wearing a helmet. On in the right center field for a hit. Johnson around third. There'll be a play at the plate. He's safe. An RBI single for Iglesias, and it's 1-0 for the Long Beach Ufaka. And we'll bring up Ernest Solano, the pitcher. He wears number 92. And we're getting a little bit of that dust here on that slide at home plate. Solano takes a strike call. And there's one hit out into right center field. That ball's got some carry, but the right center fielder hadn't played nearly perfect. Didn't have to range too far to his right, and he makes the catch. That's Higgins. That's out number 2. On the play, Ted Ordini tagged and went to third. Iglesias held at first, and it's first and third with 2 out for Armando Reynoso, the second baseman, who wears number 3. And the first pitch is a ball. Nice little breeze here. And that pitch is a ball, ball 3. 3-1. Umpire holds his hand up for time as the batter stepped out. And now Reynoso stands back in. He is waiting for this pitch, and here it is. It's a strike called, and now the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and here's the payoff. Swung on and bounced right back to the pitcher. He will run himself to second base, and that is the inning. In the top of the first for the Ufaka, 1 run, and we go to the bottom of the first. Our score is Ufaka 1, and the Team Florida folks coming to bat on the Cloud Sports Network.
And we are going to take time during these changeovers to talk about some of the sponsors and folks who have been helpful for this iPride 2025 World Series here in Houston. And the first folks we want to thank are the people here of Harris County, particularly Commissioner Adrian Garcia. It takes a lot to put on these tournaments, and you cannot do it without the support of the local community. We've had a lot of luck here in Texas over the years. We've been in Dallas, we've been in Austin. We were here in Houston for the Naga Cup this past year. And sometimes there's been grants we've been able to apply for and get that help us put on these tournaments. There was one we didn't get this year, and Harris County with Commissioner Garcia's help stepped up and actually filled that gap to help us out to make this possible. So a big shout out to Harris County and Commissioner Garcia.
In total agreement.
So a whole lot of noise in that first inning, but really only 1 run. Some hard hit balls. I think folks who've been watching can start to see the difference between A and D. They're different divisions. What does that mean? Well, all of these players are rated on a 26-point scale as to whether they can pitch or throw or hit or field or run. And so D, whatever those points add up to, can't be more than 10. In A, there's no limit. These are the best players. If you can do everything that is possible to do and be graded in our softball league, you can play in this A division. So these, again, are the best of the best players, most of them. There's sometimes a few who may not be quite as good as their colleagues, but they want to play with this level of softball. They want to help fill out a full team, and we appreciate that as well.
That's indeed correct. All right, the pitcher for the Long Beach Ufaka is number 92, Ernest Solano. He throws from the right side. His battery mate, the catcher, is number 17, Tyler Kraus. The leadoff batter for Fort Lauderdale will be Hardy, the left center fielder.
And if you're out there wondering why a pitcher would run to second base with the ball, because you're not going to see that in baseball if that's what you're used to, every throw is a chance to mess up. So if you don't have to do it and you got the energy, just run it over there.
By all means. Young and Pagan will bat behind him. We'll have one more game after this, then we will take a break and get ready for Friday Night Lights. And the first pitch in the bottom of the first is a ball. Here's the next one. Hit in the air to left center field, and that ball gets down, and it is going to go all the way to the fence. This will be a leadoff double for Hardy. And one of the things we noticed right away is that they are playing a 5-man infield. That'll bring up the third baseman, Young. And the first pitch to him. Swung on and hit down the right field line. That ball is fair. And it'll go to the corner. A run is going to score, and Young will pull in at second base with a double. The ball gets by the second baseman on the throw-in, but it's backed up by the shortstop. And our game is tied at 1 just that quickly.
And Rich, you mentioned 5 people on the infield. You have 10 players on defense. You can put them wherever you want to. A lot of teams play 4 outfielders, but some play 3 outfielders, 5 infielders. Both of those hits were into places that you might have a better shot at if you had 4 outfielders out there. So looks like they know how to exploit this defensive arrangement, and we'll see how long it lasts.
First pitch to Pagan is a ball. The second pitch is also a ball. That ball was low. So it's 3-1, and the payoff is ball 4. First 3 batters get on. Higgins, the right center fielder, bats next. Newsom, the catcher, will be in the on-deck circle.
Good evening.
The first pitch to Higgins is skied in the air to shallow right field. Right fielder coming in, and the ball drops in for a hit. Runners had to hold, and now the runner coming from first to second is out. That is Pagan. He is out, so it's not a hit, it's a fielder's choice. 9-6, or 9 to the middle fielder for the putout. On the play, Young advanced to third, and Newsom will be the batter. He can give his team the lead if he delivers. And the next pitch is way outside, and it's illegal as well. 3 balls in 1 strike. Swung on and grounded past the dive of the first baseman and on into right field for a hit. A run will score. The other runner to second base will be first and second, and it's 2-1 for Fort Lauderdale. It was a good attempt over at first base by Tommy Marquez, but the ball just under and his stretch as he dove for the ball and unable to come up with it. And now here's a fly ball foul down the left field line by the shortstop Ellis. The next one goes way outside, and again it's called illegal. The 2-2. There's a line drive in the left field, off the reach of the shortstop, out of the reach of the shortstop, and the bases are going to be loaded. Ellis with a solid single to left field. Maisonette, the left fielder, will be the next batter. First pitch is a strike called. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And here's the next delivery. And that pitch is deep. 2-2.
Good job by the batter. Hard to watch that one. That was in the same place, but just a little deeper, but made the right call that it was too deep.
And the next one, 2-2. Swing and a pop-up. Shallow left center field. Everybody giving chase, and the catch, and the ball has dropped, and it's a single, a seeing-eye base hit for Maisonette. Gets an RBI as Higgins scores the 3rd run of the inning, and it's now 3-1 for Florida, and we'll bring up the first baseman Jackson. Santana in the on-deck circle. And the first pitch to him is lined to the shortstop. Quick throw to second, and the runner is back in time. Hit it hard, but right to the shortstop, and that'll bring up the 9th batter in the inning, and that's Santana. It is 3-1 Florida over Long Beach. And the first pitch is swung on and hit in the air to right field in the park. Catch is made, and the inning is over. However, 3 runs do score for Fort Lauderdale Team Florida here in the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second. And our new score, Florida 3, Long Beach 1 on the Cloud Sports Network.
So we mentioned on our prior broadcast when we were broadcasting D-Rich that we were in the losers bracket. All those teams we did in those first 2 games had already lost the game, and when they lost another one, they were going home. We are actually in the beginning of the winners bracket here in A Division. Because there's fewer teams, things tend to start a little later in the day, and you're not so far into the brackets. So this is actually the beginning of the winners bracket here. And these teams, the UFACA are seeded 5th, and the Team Florida are seeded 4th. Tell you a little bit about how they got there. The UFACA beat the Skittles United by 21-4. Then beat
21 to what?
4.
Whoa.
And then beat the Rebels, the LA Rebels, 12-9. They lost to the Dallas Texas Force 15-4, and then they actually lost to this Fort Lauderdale Florida team 9-8.
The first baseman, Tommy Marquez, will lead off here in the top of the second. That first pitch sails outside for a ball. That pitch is inside. And he walks. That's how the second inning starts for Long Beach. It's a walk. E.J. Pedroza, the right fielder, will bat next. Where's number 10? Right-handed batter. Left-handed pitcher throws a ball. Tyler Kraus is in the on-deck circle, and here's the next pitch, and it is a strike call. 2-2. There's another one. Strike 3 called. And I'll tell you what, this guy's got a nice little hook on the balls that he's throwing.
I agree with you, but I'm not sure he thought that was going to be outside. I think he thought it was low, but it had to go 6 feet, and in Al Britton's opinion, it did.
Tyler Kraus, the catcher, takes the first pitch outside. And that pitch is low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Inside ball 4. A walk, a strikeout called, and another walk puts runners at first and second. Last batter in the batting order is the middle fielder, Mike Gonzalez. And the first pitch is swung on and bounced to the first baseman. He'll throw to second. He'll get the force there. 3-6 on the putout. Kraus is forced at second base. On the play, Marquez the third, although Marquez has got a courtesy runner, and I can't see who it is. It may be Pedroza.
Yeah, they swapped out Marquez when he got to second, I think it was.
And there's a ground ball to the shortstop. They'll get another force at second base. To the pitcher. The force out goes 6-1 and ends the inning. That off the bat of Troy Johnson. And so no runs came across in the top of the second for Long Beach. We go to the home half of the second. It is still 3-1 Fort Lauderdale over Long Beach on the Cloud Sports Network.
And if you've been watching these batters, they have all been swinging with our tournament-approved Miken bats, and Miken is another one of our excellent sponsors. When you step on the field, it's more than a game. It's power, it's precision, it's passion. Every swing, every play, every moment. Miken delivers the technology and performance that turns players into legends. Miken softball, built for power, designed for champions. And Rich, you know, you caught there that last out went 6-1. It was the pitcher covering second. We talked about the defensive alignment, 4 outfielders versus 5 infielders. That is one way to kind of have 5 infielders with 4 outfielders, to have a pitcher who is good, athletic, and can run back towards second. They can cover some of that middle. Not so common to get them all the way back to second, but that pitcher is fast, and it makes sense that they would use him away, lets them keep 4 in the outfield to cover those gaps.
What do you think of the 5-man infield? not the pitcher, but a regular 5 like they're playing.
I think it depends how fast your outfielders are.
Okay. Momoy swings and hits one off the pitcher's glove, fielded by the second baseman. He'll make a play, but the runner is very fast. That is Momoy, the pitcher, and he is a leadoff base runner here in the top or the bottom of the second. We'll bring up the top of the order, and Hardy will be the batter.
If you have fast outfielders who can really cover those gaps and get a good jump on the ball, you can get away with it longer, but sometimes you just have to decide what the team's doing.
Line drive foul down the right field line and out of play.
At some point, if they're like this Fort Lauderdale team seems to be able to hit gaps, hit lines in the outfield, you're probably going to have to put somebody else out there. If they're hitting high flies or just high flies and home runs, then nothing lost having only 3.
Okay. Here is the next delivery. And that pitch is a ball. There's a runner at first base and nobody out here in the bottom of the second of a 3-1 ball game. Fly ball, right center field. Right fielder ranges over to his right, makes the catch, and no tag. Hardy is out on a long fly ball to right center. That's out number 1. We'll bring up Young, the third baseman. He doubled, he scored, he drove in a run in the 3-run first inning. And he bats with the runner at first base, and now 1 out. Solano's pitch, illegal. 2 balls and a strike. Here is a line drive off the first baseman's glove and into right field for a hit. And on the play, Momoy holds at second base. It's first and second now, and 1 out on the single, the solid single to right field by Young. Will bring up Pagan, the second baseman, who walked in the first inning. That's here again in the second inning. And the first pitch to him is a strike called. There's a fly ball hit out into left field. The ball is off the glove of the left fielder. It'll go to the fence. A run will score. A second run will score as Momoy scores, and now Young scores, and it's 5-1.
And Bahone into second with a double that cleared the bases there.
And that'll bring up Higgins, the right center fielder. He scored in his first at-bat on a single. And the next pitch, swung on and hit in the air to right center field. That ball's got some carry, and it's gone. It's a 2-run homer for Higgins. 4 runs in the inning. It is now 7-1.
So our first over-the-fence home run of the day here on Field 5.
And we'll bring up Newsom, the catcher, who singled and drove in a run. And the first pitch to him misses for a ball. There is a ground ball beyond the reach of the shortstop and on into left center field for a base hit. So 4 runs have scored in the inning. There is only 1 out. Newsom at first base. Ellis, the shortstop, will bat. He singled in the first inning. And the first pitch is high. Oh, he called it a strike. The next delivery is illegal. The next delivery. Swung on and lined past the shortstop and on into left center field for a hit. On the play, Newsom will go from first to third. Throw comes in, gets by the second baseman. Back gets by the pitcher, and then the first baseman has to chase it to the fence, but no advancement by Newsom. It'll be first and third with 1 out. So there's no error on the play because there was no advancement by either runner. It'll be Maisonette's turn. And Jackson on deck. Again, it's a 4-run second inning so far. And there's a line drive. It's a 5-run inning. That ball hit into left field. And on the play, there'll be a runner at third, and they'll get to second base, and that is Maisonette. And it's an RBI double for Maisonette. It is now 8-1. Second hit of the ball game, and an RBI for Maisonette will bring up Jackson, who lines solidly to the shortstop in his first at-bat.
And Hardy out there at second base now is a courtesy runner, a little bit daring. Not too many people to turn over before we get to him in the lineup.
There's a line drive hit out in the left field. That ball falls in for a hit. There'll be another RBI single, and there'll be 2 runs scored on this play. Hardy does score, and so does Ellis. 2 more runs. 7 in the inning. It's 10-1. RBI single for Jackson. 2 runs batted in, and we'll bring up Santana, and they've batted around in this inning. First pitch is illegal. And the next delivery is a strike called. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a line drive fair down the third base line. It'll go to the corner. Fielded by the left fielder. Be runners at first and second, and they've batted around for the second time this inning. It'll be Momoy. Seven have scored. They may be making a pitching change. And it looks
like that was what they're doing, so they're going to change this up. And sometimes you have to do that. That pitcher was doing fine. They were not like he was walking a ton of people, but sometimes when they're teeing off on you like that, especially doubles down the line, you got to change something up.
So it's a guy who's about 6'4".
I think it was the right center fielder.
That's not him. He's going back to the outfield. They're going, it looks like, I believe what they're doing is they're changing the pitcher and the catcher. Solano is going behind the plate, and as soon as the pitcher turns around and I can get his number, we'll tell you who that is.
I think it's actually 5, Mike Gonzalez, who was listed as the 5th person on the infield. They put that as a 5M, but I see if he turns around.
So he's getting his warm-up tosses. And the left-handed batter, it is 0-5. So you're correct. Mike Gonzalez is now the new pitcher. Solano is the catcher. And the first pitch to Momoy, who bats from the left side, is a ball. And the next one is a ball. And in this instance, we have the umpire between the catcher and the batter.
Pitching a little fast there, so the batter took a break.
There's a strike called. Three and 2. And ball signal's ready for play, and that pitch is a ball 4. And now the bases are loaded.
And the pitcher very clearly wanting to pitch quickly, and home plate umpire Sean Albritton having none of it. He's not going to let the pitcher go faster than he wants him to go.
Hardy, the left center fielder, has been on once in his 2 plate appearances. He has doubled and scored, and he has flied out to right. He bats with the bases loaded, looking to bust this game even further. Strike called.
What the pitcher does seem to be trying to do well is using this outside corner on the right-handed batters that Albritton has had out there all day.
That pitch is way outside. Fly ball, right field, in the park. Right and right center over. Right center fielder makes the catch. And then the ball gets down. A run scores. A second run will score. Did they run into each other?
No, he had it at the top of his glove. I don't think he had it in time to get a catch. It wasn't a transfer. I think it just hit the glove and fell. So that's going to be a hit and 2 runs scored. And I think that we ended up with runners at first and third.
So this is a 9-run inning for Fort Lauderdale. And it'll bring up Young, the third baseman. He has been on twice. He has scored twice. He has a double and a single. And there is a fly ball foul to the left side.
And I got to just give a shout out here to Solano's glove, which is the exact lavender and pink of his uniform.
Here's the next one. And that's a ball. It's by the catcher. It is 12-1. And there's a fly ball hit well to left center field. And the ball is caught in the outfield by the left center fielder, or the center fielder in this case, because it's that 3-man outfield. It's a sacrifice fly RBI as Momoy scores. So that makes it a 10-run inning. On the play, Hardy held at first base. It is the second run, the second out in the inning, and we'll bring up Pajon. Fly ball hit out into right center field. That ball is hit to short right center field, and the right fielder coming over and ranging to his right makes the catch. That's Pedroza, and that ends the inning. It's a 10-run inning for Fort Lauderdale Team Florida in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third, 13-1, Fort Lauderdale over Long Beach on the Cloud Sports Network.
So let's talk about how these Fort Lauderdale Team Florida got here. Again, as mentioned, their last pool game, they beat these very same Long Beach Eufaca team. In their first game, they lost 5-4 to the Dallas, Texas Force, and then lost to the Phoenix Toros 13. I'll find that score, and then lost to the Rebels 11-5. I think they may have beaten the Force. I will try to pull that back up. And if we keep to what is in the brackets on what we look at here is there's actually a tourney app that can tell you these things. And so if that is correct, then our next game here is going to be the winner of this game taking on the Phoenix Toros. And it was, so they lost to the Dallas, Texas Force 5-4. They lost to the Toros 13-3. Then they beat the Rebels 11-5 and beat Eufaca 9-8. So 2-2 in pool play. And we'll just remind you, if you know these teams, if you're watching, if you know other people who would want to watch some very high-quality softball, tag them, share the link, let them know that you're watching, let us know you're watching, let us know who you're rooting for, become involved in the broadcast. We love to have people letting us know that they're watching and giving shout-outs, nicknames of players, fun things we can try to work in.
All right. A lot of work needs to be done by Eufaca here in the top of the third inning. They trail 13-1. And Gio Quinones, who flied to center field, bats for the first time in this inning. The second time in the ball game, and he hits a ground ball up the middle and on into right center field for a base hit. Joe Tenardini singled in the first inning. He drove in a run. So they get the leadoff man on. And Tenardini swings and lines one into left center field, and that's down for a hit. The 2 hops to the left center fielder, and on the play, it is Quinones running into second base. First and second now with nobody out. And the cleanup batter, Jerry Iglesias, will bat next. And the first pitch to him is a ball. And that pitch is a strike called. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a fly ball hit very well to center field. Center fielder draws the beat on it. It's over his head. It bounces up to the fence. It'll be a run-scoring single. The relay throw gets by the third baseman, but it hits the fence and bounces back to him. So it'll be a single, and then he advances to second on the throw into third base. Quinones scores. Tenardini to third, and at second base now is Iglesias, and that'll bring up Solano. He flied to right. He flied to, yes, he did. He flied to right in the first at bat. And there's a solid ground ball to third base over to first in time. That's out number one, and no advancement by either runner.
And Rich, in one of those D games, I was like, why didn't that guy score when they had to throw to first? In A ball, they can throw that ball fast enough that that runner is not scoring from third just because they had to throw to first and then home.
Reynoso, the batter, he hit into a fielder's choice to the pitcher. And he takes the strike called. 1 run in the inning. It is 13-2.
That was a great pitch. It had that screwball action, kind of went outside and caught it just the front corner of the plate.
That's a fly ball foul down the right field line and out of play. And here's the next one. Swung on and hit in the air to deep right center field. Back to the fence and making the catch out there is the right center fielder Higgins. On the play, a run scores as it looks like Tenardini came home to score the second run of the inning. And on the play, Iglesias moved to third. It is now 13-3.
One of the other things you'll see going on in this A and sometimes B is very good backup. Some of the balls that got loose in D because nobody was there to get them, there's 2 or 3 people deep ready to field that ball if it goes past somebody.
Tommy Marquez, the batter, walked in his first at-bat. He may walk again. He's ahead in the count, 3-1. And the next one is lined into left field for a base hit. And another run will score. This is Iglesias scoring easily from third base. So it's a 3-run inning for Long Beach, and it's now 13-4 on the single by Marquez, and Pedrosa, who took a called third strike, will bat here in the third.
I'll bet you he's not going to do that again. I don't think he wants to be buying drinks all night.
First pitch is a ball outside. And the next one. He hits a high fly ball to deep left field. It will stay in the park. The out is made and the inning is over. 3 runs did score, though, here in the top of the third for Long Beach Hufaka, who trail as we go to the bottom of the third. Our new score, Fort Lauderdale team, Florida 13, Long Beach Hufaka 4 on the Cloud Sports Network.
Another one of the sponsors of the 2025 iPride Gay Softball World Series is Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball is proud to partner with International Pride Softball for the 2025 Gay Softball World Series. Major League Baseball is committed to ensuring that we have a welcoming and inclusive culture where everyone's voice matters and where people of all races, ethnicities, genders, gender identities, and sexual orientations can thrive.
Mike Gonzalez taking his warm-up tosses. He came in the second inning in relief of Ernest Solano.
You just got 5-4, right? 5-4.
And the leadoff batter. 5-4. That's okay. Solano having a little bit of fun with us, making sure that we knew that the score was 5-4, when in fact, of course, it isn't. Anyway, Higgins will lead off. He has reached twice. He has scored twice.
You know, the oddest thing about that, Rich, is if I was going to make up a score, I'd give myself a bigger lead.
I would too. Gonzalez makes the play at first base, and that's the first out of here in the bottom of the third. 1-3 on the putout will bring up Newsom. Newsom has reached twice. He has scored a run. His team is leading in the ball game. Now there's a little kerfuffle, and apparently one of the players on Florida's a little upset about something.
Not sure what happened there, Rich. I didn't see anything. For a minute, I thought a bat might have gone in the dugout, which is a whole nother problem, because since these are bats you can't mess with and you can't use your own, that's a problem. But not sure what happened there.
We'll see. Maybe we can find out. But right now it's Newsom against Gonzalez. And there is a bouncing ball fielded again by the pitcher. He drops for his ball, recovers, and throws in time. And another put out, 1-3. Is out number 2 in the inning. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Ellis, who has singled twice, and he has scored a run. And there is a base hit in the center field off the bat of Ellis, who is now 3 for 3. And that'll bring up Maisonet, the left fielder. Maisonet has reached twice. He has singled and he has doubled, and he has scored a run. And here is a strike called. And that pitch illegal. There's a pitch, and it's grounded up the middle and onto the center field for a hit. Ellis strolls into second base. It'll be first and second now with 2 out here in the home half of the third inning. 13-4 our score, Fort Lauderdale over Long Beach in this A division game. And we will have another A division game to follow this, after which we will take a well-deserved break. Let our equipment get reset. Give everybody a chance just to relax before we hit Friday Night Lights.
Okay. Not sure what's going on right now.
I don't know what's... So the coaches and the umpires are having a chit-chat. I think tempers might have gotten a little flared. And Sean is making sure, and both umpires are making sure, that calm is restored. I'm going to guess that there is just a whole lot of chit-chat that they don't want to keep hearing, a lot of back talk, back sass. They don't want to hear it.
Might be. A lot of these teams, because there's so few players, they know each other well. Sometimes they can use that to their advantage, but sometimes if there's beef somewhere, it persists. Don't really know. We'll see. If we can find out anything more, we will let you know. But right now, we just need to get this game back on track.
When we resume, the first baseman, Jackson, will be the batter. Runners at first and second. And now our home plate umpire, Sean Albritton, is talking to the catcher. He was involved in something. Should never be rude to an umpire. Never. All right, here's the first pitch to Jackson. Ball and 2-1. And here is the next one. Line past the third baseman's glove and on into left field for a hit. A run will score. Other runner to third base. He's safe. First and third. Ellis scores. Higgins, running for Maisonet, makes it to third. And the RBI single for Jackson makes it 14-4. and will bring up Santana, the right fielder. First pitch is a strike call. There is a fly ball hit out into center field. Left center fielder makes the catch. Nice running catch to end the inning. And a run scores in the inning in the bottom of the third for Fort Lauderdale. We go to the top of the fourth. And our new score, Fort Lauderdale 14, Long Beach 4 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
All right, so the Fort Lauderdale team, Florida, is getting ready out there to take the field. Ufaka will bat in the top of the fifth. They are chasing 10. No, again, early in the game, no run rule yet, plenty of time. And not a lot of home runs hit so far, so could be some easy scoring yet to come here. Another thing that happens as the day goes on is people who were playing and aren't playing anymore sometimes come over and start to cheer and start to have some drinks. So if you notice things getting louder in the background, the bleachers by this game are filling up with fans rooting for these teams.
Tyler Kraus to lead off here in the top of the fourth inning. He has walked. And he lines one foul and out of play down the right side. A-Division softball here at field number 5. That pitch is way outside. 2-2. Another one outside. 3-2. And that pitch is illegal, and so it is ball 4, and a leadoff base runner so needed by Long Beach because they trail by 10.
It's a few walks from this pitcher, but it really hasn't hurt him that much.
No. Mike Gonzalez, the pitcher, will be the batter. And he hit into a fielder's choice. And he takes the pitch for a ball. The next one, he walked, back-to-back walks to start the inning. Top of the order, and Troy Johnson, who has walked and scored and hit into a fielder's choice to the shortstop. And he takes the first pitch outside. He's lost the strike zone.
Yep, and that can happen sometimes, and it's hard. There it is. He found it again.
And that is a strike. There's a line drive hit out into right center field, and the ball is flushed. The outfielder did not even have to move. A play at third, and he's out. It's a double play.
So Gonzalez held first, and Kraus, trying to take third on that fly ball, gets gunned down. I didn't see it, Rich. Was that straight from right center field,
yes,
or no cutoff on that?
No cutoff.
So we're going to score that 9-5 and 2 down in the inning.
Gio Quinones, the batter. And he hits one into center field. And the catch is made. The ball curved a little bit, but almost right to the left center fielder, Hardy. And that ends the inning. So they put the first 2 men on via the walk. And then one is doubled up on a great throw by the right center fielder, Higgins.
All right, and now I will come in with your run rule check. And the run rule check basically says that since we are in the bottom of the fourth inning, if the home team, which is the Fort Lauderdale team, Florida, scores 5 runs and gets up by 15, they would win the game.
Good job, Lauderdale. That's how it's done.
Some nice plays in the outfield there by Fort Lauderdale Team Florida. Some of those
Sean.
balls were hooking, curving.
Excuse me. I heard you say 14-3?
That's what I have. Should I recheck?
I have 1 in the first and 3 for them in the third.
That's I have 2 in the third.
Then I must have had an extra run in
Yeah,
there.
I will recheck the book.
Yeah.
I have it too.
You have 3 or 2? You have 2?
I have 3 runs in the third inning for Ufaka.
All right, they're checking to make sure that one of us has the score right. 14-3, so I have an extra run, okay. I apologize for that. All right, we go to the home half of the fourth inning. And the first pitch is from Moy, and he singles into left center field to start the inning. And that'll bring up Hardy batting for the 4th time in as many innings. Doubled and scored, fly to right, single. And there's the fly ball hit out into right center field. Right center fielder is over to make the catch. And that's out number 1. And it'll bring up the third baseman Young, who has doubled, singled, scored 2 runs, and hit a sacrifice fly for an RBI. There's the strike called. There's a ground ball past the dive of the shortstop and on into left center field for a base hit. Lamoy to second base. So it's runners at first and second now. And the batter will be Pigeon with Higgins on deck. First pitch is a ball. And that pitch is grounded in the hole between short and third and on into left field. Bases are going to be loaded. And
All right.
there is Higgins. I'm sorry.
And since the score was 14-3 and we checked, that means 18-3 is the run rule. So if this gentleman can hit a grand slam, that'd do it.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Lamoy at third. There's a runner for him, I'm sure, because they ran for him before. Pitch is outside. Young at second and Pigeon at first. And another pitch that sails outside. Pitching quickly. Pop up. Shallow left field. Left fielder coming on, and the ball drops for a hit. Everybody will move up a base. A run scores, and it's now 15-3. On the play, Young to third, Pigeon to second. And Higgins on at first for Newsom, the catcher. First pitch to him is the ball low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. And there's a pop-up foul territory. First baseman gives a good effort, but the ball was just not hit high enough. That's Marquez at first base.
I was going to say that was out of play, and then I remembered that ball that ended one of our other games that I thought nobody was going to get to.
It is 15-3. And there is a ground ball into center field for a hit. They'll play station-to-station softball here as Young scores, and that makes the score 16-3 here in the bottom of the 4th. And it'll bring up Ellis, the shortstop. At third base, Pigeon, Higgins at second, and there's a base hit off the left fielder's glove for a hit. Here comes 1 run, here comes another run, and that should be it. And they know it. Ufaka throwing their gloves down in disappointment, and now they'll go through the high five line. So 2 more runs did score. It is a 4-run inning. It makes the final score in our ball game: Fort Lauderdale Team Florida 18, the Long Beach Ufaka 3. Kind of more one-sided than I would think an 8 game would have been, but well, it looked like that Fort Lauderdale just came with their bats and some good pitching in this ball game today, and so they continue on. And I believe this is Ufaka's first loss in the pool play, in the bracket play weather, so they will go into the losers bracket and need to win out in order to make the final tomorrow. So we are done for now. We have another A game to follow. Thank you for being with us here on the Cloud Sports Network. Our final score here in our first A Division game of the evening: the Fort Lauderdale Team Florida 18, the Long Beach Ufaka 3. Thanks for being with us here on the Cloud Sports Network.